Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age of Empires 4 replay. Well, on the south side is the pink Abbasid Dynasty, got Numudan. Well, on top right side is the green Knights Templar, got Wam01. And we do have an early barracks. Knights Templar doesn't get Age 2 heavy infantry, so this is a spearman rush from Knights Templar. This map does not have the local dogs to kill off their den. House Wisdom now being established. Remember, well, Abbasid Dynasty does of course have House Wisdom, which does provide a very powerful aura. The +5 fire armor. Not seem like much unless you're playing Mongols and you realize how little raid you can get versus them. So we got a Spearman Rush from the Knights Templar. I don't think I've seen that before. At least not on the map, like I said, with the lack of exotic doggos. He will get enough lord.agion up, so maybe he has sort of studied this player where he usually goes for late gold. He just needs 20 more gold, so one more trip and he'll be fine. Stabs, I think the wrong villager there. And does have all 200 gold. +5 armor will go a long way. When it comes to map generation, I'm going to go and maximize the map here, and maybe not forget about it being maximized. Of course, got the deer right here, now being warded away. Got the berries for improved berries right there, and over here, going for the military wing, get some free spearmans and archers. There's large berry deposits down here, with the nearby deer deposit. Pumbaa here, but eating pork is haram. For green, he has both gold deposits up here along the board, and he is actually immediately going for the deer as well. Did not see that, too focused on the spearmen. There's a deer deposit way up here, some berries here, but of course he does not improve berry. The large stone and gold right there. Of course he's not aged on up just yet. It is of course going to be a late age up. So he's going to easily able to deal with this one spearman, because he will get 2 spearmans. And of course get 2 archers. Going for the Knights Hospitallers, increasing the health of civilians by 30% and their move speed by 10%. Increases their all healing sources by 30% as well. He gets a unique heavy infantry, which does have a heal ability like monks and warrior monks. I think they are classified as heavy infantry, but I think their armor is like 2-2 armor. They're actually pretty lightweight armor units. Lightweight heavy. That makes any poor sense. Of course, for the pilgrims, he will of course have eventually 3 pilgrims, 3 destinations on the map. Not super valuable destinations, of course, but it is decent gold you get from it, and infinite. Requires, surprisingly enough, very little protection a lot of times. At least in the replays I've been casting. Abbasid Dynasty player is going for a bit of skill here, so he's going for a secondary town center. If you would have gone for the Economic Wing Fertile Crescent, this will reduce the cost of the town center, both wood and stone, by 30%. But in this case, he's building the town center good old-fashioned way. On top of the deer deposit as well, it's actually usually it's the sort of style you don't see lately. This is sort of common town center placement. It hasn't really been too common for the last year. Has been lately for about a year now, I would say. It's been professional scouts. So much so they nerf professional scouts, which I sort of find weird. I always thought professional scouts was too little, too inaccessible for the longest time. It is quite expensive, but now it with the last nerf, it got increased cost like to what, 400 total resources? 450. It always felt like too expensive to me. But it more or less became the meta, and somehow the reason they just decided to nerf it. There may be some mathematical reasons I haven't really looked into. Probably because you can probably steal your opponent's food on your opponent's side and delays farms, so... How many farms could delay? Farms do cost 70 resources. The Pilgrims take some damage. Actually, the Pilgrims got a combat sprint. It does drop deliver the gold there. I saw the Pilgrim actually move faster, like it got a combat sprint. Did not know Pilgrims get combat sprints. Probably shouldn't. Like Megadite. There's a nice Hospitaller. Yeah, it has 2-1 armor, so it's actually they're pretty vulnerable to range damage. They do have decent bulk to them, but archers do reasonable damage. Nice Hospitallers, looks like they have intermediary speed, faster than man-at-arms, slower than spearmen. So take that how you will. sort of strange to have intermediary speed like that. Oh well. Looks like the gold is being dropped from 120 or 110 gold per minute, which is pretty good. Effectively, that is about 2.5 villagers with some gold upgrades, which he does have one. We got the fresh food stuff. Still no Golden Age Tier 1. Golden Age Tier 1 is something you really should go a bit more aggressive towards, in my opinion. Provides plus 50% gathering rate for all resources. One of the best economic benefits in the entire game. And you can easily squeeze out an extra house too, because you always will need houses, so building a couple houses early can help squeeze out that powerful economic benefit. Archers now engaging. Mass archers will be okay versus hospitalers. They do have 2 range armor, or range melee damage, and 1 range armor. Good job focusing on those archers. Nice hospitalers do have 10 damage, which might be slower than feudal age mana arms. I actually don't know how much damage a feudal age mana arm actually has. Actually, that may be the same. We got Kingdom Castile. I'm not familiar with Kingdom Castile. Units near single sites get plus 1% bonus damage and health regen, which may stack with Knight's Hospitaler. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen somebody Age of Castile in multiplayer. This may be a pretty good map for that. After all, this map tends to be a bit laney. Wait, is this sheep claimed by the secret site? I think that sheep's claimed by the secret site since it's attached to following it's because of that melee range of the secret site. I don't know if it actually can be claimed. Sorry, just a little bit off target topic there. Kingdom Castile, that's that. We do have a unit here, Genitor. So let's switch over to here. Kingdom Castile provides Genitor. I may have seen that once before now, think about it. It is a mounted anti-range unit, so I think it's like a mounted Javelier. That's also what it was like in Age of Empires 2. 120 resources, so it's a mounted range armor. Don't know about the exact stats about everything else. Guess we'll find out soon enough. We do see some Abbasid Dynasty camel archers will be technically countered by Genitors, but also the issue of camel archers is they also provide the camel unease debuff, so I'm not sure how this is going to look. Guess we're going to see one soon enough. We got Veteran Knights Hospitalers to send this one to the hospital. Hospitalers do cost only 110 resources, but heavy in gold, so let's see, here's a Genitor. Takes a shot there, has 5 damage. It's not too high. 10 plus 10 versus all ranged. So they're similar Javeliers, the Mullion Javeliers, but they have lower base damage. I think roughly similar bonus damage. Attack speed's the same as archers, and their range is 6.5, which is pretty good. Camel archers in comparison have a range of 3.75, which is pretty slow, but they do hit pretty hard for a mounted archer. They do also almost cost the same as a knight. And a lot of upgrades to go along with them, of course. There's a lot of research, which I tend to call devotion. With a large number of research there to make them good. Economic being researched now. Abbasid Dynasty Fire does have 53 villagers as opposed to 30. And green may want to get out some rugs claimed as quickly as possible, though. But no, there is a monster in the field, but no monks on the field nor in the build queue. Genitors also have 4 range armor, so these archers with plus 1 range damage only do 2 damage per arrow, which can easily be countered by a plus 1 range armor to make them only do 1 damage. Economic growth will also give a good farming upgrade, plus 15%. see the nice hospitalers there, providing a bit of healing there. Good hit. Does take out some of those villagers. The veteran knights hospitalers actually get to up to 3/3 armor, so similar to palace guards, but they sure don't move as quick as palace guards. Quite the opposite. We got some horsemen in the field, which will be a good counter to the Geniteurs. After all, they are ranged units, so they are countered by a horseman. And their low base damage means horsemen will not take much damage whatsoever. In fact, in the next 8, they may just take 1 damage per javelin. The secondary town center will be going down. That villager looks like will be picked on off. Town center has been killed on off. Boot camp could be very useful. Not to mention, since the hospitalers do have pretty low armor, Giloms will get a decent amount of extra damage on in, since they're more of an anti-low armor unit. Got some Brother Templars now in the build queue. As well as Fertile Crescent's cheap upgrade to make it just reduces the cost of all the housing. Eventually, if everyone wants to go for another town center, that will also be cheaper. Oh, got some horsemen back here. Right now we've got level 1 pilgrims. Can go for a second pilgrim. He does have a decent army in the field. Seeing a decent number of lancers in the field. Genters are, of course, a bit more of a counter unit. These archers, of course, can hide in these towers. Not enough room for all of them, even if this was built. Takes quite a bit of damage. They got a single villager. No textiles as well. The Genitors have high range armor, so they don't take too much damage there. Green's back on off. Horsemen and Knights are pursuing. Got some Brother Templars now pulled in the field. There's simply a Knight or Lancer with a little bit of extra health and a little bit extra cost. Camel Archer does go down. He does focus on the Camel Archers there with the Genitors. At this point in time, Camel Riders probably be a good item to pull in the field. Nice Hospitalers engaging. Got some force in the back line as well. Green's army is starting to get fully surrounded. In fact, he may have trouble escaping. More Genitors and a scout push along the flank. Green took some pretty sizable losses there. Had no real proper counter to the Lancers. Need some Spearmans as well as some Crossbowmans. And of course, got a bit of health regen there. I don't know what the health regen is like. It's 1, so it's okay. I wonder if that aura effect is also pretty good at... also can support out siege weapons with their bonus damage. That could be quite good for trebuchets. Poland, Teutonic, or Venice. All of them has a good benefits. We also got Golden Age Tier 2 now available, increasing research speed by 50%. Not too important. Knight takes some damage there. Brother Templar is trying to get some charge attacks. You have now another secondary town center trying to be established, as well as more barracks. Decent number of units here. Spearmen are the way to go. Horseman, not a bad idea. Lancer's not a bad idea either. And I just only have 4 spearmen in the field, and they're also all hardened spearmen. Was the percentage increase does affect bonus damage as well. Veteran Spearman on the way for the Abbasid Dynasty players. He's also deploying out another Spearman. Trying to claim some more stone here. Private defenses for these villagers. No upgrades on any of them. Would be quite expensive to get them all upgraded. But this force doesn't really pose massive threat to the towers themselves, so an arrow slip wouldn't be half bad. Just increase their range and give them a bit of extra damage. Boot camp now being researched by the Abbasid Dynasty, a very powerful upgrade. Lancers and Genters on flank. I do hear a relic picked on up, but Imam there. Right now, green has obtained 3 relics and picked up a 4th. Pink's only picked up the single one, so green will have a relic advantage by far. Villagers needed to get inside of the keeps there. Gonna lose a fair number of them. Villagers trying to shank the Generator, has 1 HP remaining. Another town set is going on up. Fertile Crest does make it cheaper. Green did a good job picking off some villagers. So far killed 13, Pink's only killed off 4. Now got composite bows being researched there as well. Increased attack speed of archers by 33%, a very powerful upgrade.
ماذا لديك لأفعل؟
Town center now under fire, but Questioners is not exactly siege weapons. Good number of spearmen here, push way forward, trying to torch down the town center now. It is affected by the House of Wisdom's fire armor, so take a lot of extra abuse. The Lancers and Brother Templar are going on down. Pink backing on off, takes the damage there. Archers firing away, keeps a hit there on those spearmen. Genters in the back line, hitting various frontline units was not exactly great. Composite bow in the back line, they can generally hit everything on the smoking spearmen. Hospital is not a bad target for them, just not a great target. Excuse me. Green's now push way forward. Green does have a good number of Genters in the back line, focus on those archers. Lancer does fall back with minimal health, 3 health. And looks like these villagers finally get back to work. Got these Lancers or Brother Templars trying to head over here. No upgrades on these outposts. Plenty of room for them though. One villager does go down, 2 of them goes down. Hospitalers, Senators. So this composition, no more Brother Templars. Of course, we do have level 2 pilgrims on the field, so getting 2 pilgrims on the field. 2 Secondites are also catching up for green. So got relic picked up by one of Green's units, so maybe he does not have another monster to drop it off. Villagers do escape to the secondary town center. Horsemen now moving down south. We do have this Brother Templar rotating around. Up here we do have now the Gentours advance way forward, getting some damage on the Lancer. Looks like there's another outpost there, still 3,000 gold. Lancer's not pushing forward. Sacred sites haven't all been obtained by green, puts some pressure on pink. These forces straight forward. Got a line of walls going down south. Got some horsemen trying to raid the villagers. Maybe to capture a secret site or two. Abbasid Dynasty player has enough gold to age on up, just need a lot more food. But Knights Templar player is pretty low on all resources. Though he is agent to Venice now, which gives some Venetian traders, which are pretty good traders, but you won't get a small number of them. The other effects for Venice is reduce the change of buy and sell rates by 75% when trading resources for the market. Got some farms being established back here as well. Gold being obtained. If you want to get out some more gold income, you can always go get some more stone and deploy out some more fortresses to protect the sacred sites. One cook goes on down there. Knights Templar, of course, has age on up, going for the elite Knights Hospitalers. While that's the Dynasty player is not aged on up. And we do have some Cantonero now being put on the field. Cantonero are a tile gold unit that's good against gunpowder. I think they're overall pretty good, decent stat. They are classified as heavy infantry as well, so more reason to go for some crossbowmans. Cantonero, if my Italian's incorrect, I think it means leader, right? Those more associated with mercenaries or contract men. Monastery trying to be torched on down. You improve the gold income from the monastery with a fortress upgrade and being a fortress aura influence. The Mount Spring Gulls can engage all the melee infantry there. Mangonels, of course, better versus ranged units there, such as those Javelins, Gentours. Getting some decent hits there, but they're actually pretty good in generous units as well with the AoE splash. Pink's and Green's force slowly being picked apart. Doesn't seem like it's going good for either way. Pink's front line's about to disintegrate, but Pink does have a good number of spring golds on the field. Mangonels means good damage across the front line. Got some regular horsemen being put out as well for a bit of mercy. Here's one Cantoneros. Yep, classifies heavy, has 2-3 armor, so not too great. Of course, has a gunpowder resistance. They do offer good damage, 16 base damage, and a pretty good attack speed. All those spring golds quickly goes on down. They offer a bit of moderate bulk to with them as well. They only cost 120, but remember as well, gold is expensive. You need to really start eyeing to get extra gold sources to make them produce in large numbers. Got some crossbowmen now being put on the field. Now a fortress being salvaged up here. Fortress now being salvaged right there. Pink's just falling back, trying to get reinforced. Not aging up at the moment. And we've got elite horsemen on the way for the Knights Templar. Gentors push the way forward. There's a good number of them, and also are elite. Secondary town center will go down, and the Abbasid player has plenty of gold or villagers at the moment. They have to really worry about producing not too much, plus it still has 2 town centers remaining. Lancers charging way forward. Green is lacking any sort of spearmen nor crossbowmen. Green's now trying to engage those villagers. Pink trying to protect them. They have similar military numbers. Pink has more value in the field, but he is behind Ace, so quality is an issue for him at the moment. Textile is now being researched by Pink. Pink right now does have a good number of Lancers on the field, though, while Green does have a good number of the Campanero. Lancers trying to connect. Horseman backing on off. Good number of Knights Templars here to heal up all this entire force. And now we do have the Abbasid aging up to the culture wing, which of course can make his research cost cheaper. Green's now pushed way forward, good number of horsemen there. Green has a good supplement of force spearmen. Abbasid player only has 10 archers at the moment. Going for just a sheer large number of lancers, which is quite nice. But he may want to fall back, keep his distance so he gets the champion lancer or elite lancer upgrade. But right now he's forced to engage. Archers need to make sure they focus on the spearmen. Crossbowmen generally don't have to worry about hitting something special, but the Campanero are something they should try to hit. Looks like all the Pink's range units are starting to be cleaned out up. Got a nice concave for Pink, but I think Green will do just fine. Pink's force starting to disintegrate as the quality is becoming an issue rather than the value. And Pink's army's base disintegrate has half the value on the field now. Elite Spear on the way, as well as Elite Knight or Lancer. He does have also some structures, so he does have full max up benefits House Wisdom. There's plus 20 collection rate, production speeds, and research rate. He also need, he's going for this research, but he also needs to get this preservation knowledge as quickly as he can, because it is a very good technology to immediately get. Going for it now. I wonder, did he just cancel the Spearman upgrade? No, he did not. Oh, yes, he did. He did cancel Spearman upgrade. And Pink backs the game now. This Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.